let's get right into it. Starting with last week's theme, learning to love you more. If you want to, you can pause it and look for the scar in the center of the picture, just above my toe. But I'm not going to leave it long in case some of you are disgusted by it. So the story behind that is, for my Europe trip last year, they said that they had kind of a dress code saying nothing with holes in it, and my running shoes at the time, they had holes in them. This shoe actually, there's a hole right there, and if I pressed my toe up against it, it would enlarge it and you could see my sock. I had to get new shoes, and so I did. When I went to the store, I put them on, I walked around for a bit. It seemed fine, right? I mean, you have to break into new shoes. So I took them home. School was the next day. I put them on and I walked to school, and then I noticed a stabbing pain in my foot, and it was ow. And you know, it's a 40-minute walk to school, so I couldn't really just turn back or anything. And I didn't want to wear my old shoes because, like I thought, you have to break into your new shoes. So I kept that going. However, by I think the end of the day or halfway through the week, it started to bleed, which wasn't good. And you know, the thing with kind of my family is that with the schedule my parents work, we can't really go to any stores unless it's the weekend. So I had to put up with it for the whole week. And so it just kept stabbing on my foot. And then, yeah, the scar. Eventually we returned the shoes and I got better fitting shoes, and happily ever after. I guess why I'm telling you that story is, it kind of goes with the old moral. There's no point in buying something new if something old works. And this is a perfect example of that case. That kind of ties into this kind of revelation, I keep calling it. I should probably find a better word. But kind of a new insight I've had to my life. And I made a video about it on my personal channel, which I'll link to it here in the sidebar. And the final assignment I chose to do was assignment number 51, which is to plan what you want to happen to your body when you died. Basically, to keep it short, and I'm not going to go into much of my belief right now, but basically I want to be buried in a wooden casket, but nothing that's been covered or painted with anti-decomposing thing, right? I want my body and my casket to decompose, become one with the earth, so that my nutrients can be used by plants or microbes or little animals, and so that life can continue on, essentially. I hope that doesn't sound too hippie-ish, but in time with my revelation video, which if you haven't seen, basically I want to live in a way that helps create a sustainable world, and in terms of being able to reuse land, I think that would be a viable option. Caitlin, congratulations on the golf tournament, and I hope you have fun in London when you leave. Zoe, I'm sure packing for college is very different from packing for a trip. Your parents are also really talented in art, and so are you. Benny, I'm glad to see that the moving transition went fairly well, aside from your inavailability to vlog. Even though you overcame that, and they were pretty good videos. Also, glad to see you this week. Excuse me there. Kate, thanks for filling in for me, and I'll have to check out October Sky sometime. Seems interesting. You may be interested in Geektastic. I should assume the stories are about geeks, and Star Trek seems to be quite a reoccurring theme in this. I'm sure the rest of you would enjoy this too. I mean, nerdfighters, geeks, kind of all in the same boat. Jessica, I kind of wanted to do the take a picture with the flash under your bed thing, but my bed is the kind with drawers that you could open, so I can't really do that unless I show you what's in my drawers, which is just junk. And also, if anything, school will keep us on this channel because they'll mean that we can't really go anywhere. you know, we can't go on vacation, obviously, and, you know, if we're busy, we might not be able to make a video, but I'm sure we'll find the time. Erica, I remember one night I heard a howling noise while trying to sleep, and I don't think it was a dog either, so I can't really think of much other things that howl. Even if it was just a normal wolf, I'd be afraid if there was a wolf around here. Also, when my brother has some friends over and they play Rock Band, it's fairly loud. That's what I hear. Zoe and Jess, looks like you two had an awesome summer. Completely jealous. And Joanne, I hope you enjoyed once. And Mary Kate, I know I said before that I didn't really have anything special, but after I went on my trip, I realized one thing. We went to Texas and we drove there, so it was a 2-day drive and a 2-day drive back. And I realized, you know, music really helps me think. So I guess if there was somewhere I had to go, I would definitely bring my music player. In this case, my iPod, which I kind of have a thing against Apple right now because the only charger they give is one with a USB, and you have to buy a separate adapter for a plug. God. I hope to see everyone else soon. I hope they're doing awesome. And this video is way too long. DFTBA.